Hey guys, Chris here with another Dark Avengers comic book review. You guys know Amber, my fiance, Joe, and my cameraman, Mike.
Hello.
And here today we are here to discuss, well, I'm here to discuss the comics that were released the first week of April, April 6, 2011. First off, some news. Let's see, any news that's newsworthy. There's a lot of talk about Flashpoint. There's a lot of posters, a lot of teasers. There's a new X-Men event going on. It's where finally Wolverine and Cyclops are going to be on opposite ends. It's going to be like a civil war in the X-Men realm. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming back in comic books. Thank you, IDW.
I'm watching.
I'm probably going to be dropping Darkwing Duck to pick up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're better.
Oh, of course. Nothing can top that. Anything else that needs talking about?
You saw the trailer, by the way? Captain America, the movie?
I saw it.
I know that this isn't really newsworthy, but I got old comics, and I'm getting every single one in that series.
Tell
That's
me.
kind of addicted
That was
to
in
it.
another video already, though.
I didn't say
No.
anything about
I
that.
did.
And?
Okay.
But I didn't.
Okay. Well,
I
then
was
that's,
eating,
I'm sorry.
so it's my
And also, a lot of
turn to
people have been commenting me about the new trailer that was released at WonderCon. You gotta love cons because every big con, whether it be San Diego, Wonder, or New York, there's always a big announcement and new trailers released. And the new trailer was for Green Lantern. On a more serious note, doesn't look as joking. Does it change my opinion about Green Lantern? Somewhat, but not enough to make me change my complete vote. I still say that the movie's going to be too funny. Those probably were most of the serious moments in that trailer. I'm very skeptical. I'm still getting it, don't get me wrong. When it comes out on DVD, I'll be getting it because Lord knows I don't go to the movies anymore with all this bed bug stuff going on. But I'll definitely be checking it out when it comes out on DVD. I'm sure somebody
I'm
will
doing the same
review it.
Captain America, but it looks pretty good, I have to say. I like the trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. But Green Lantern-wise, my opinion has changed a tiny bit, but I'm still skeptical because this still is DC Comics. There was an announcement of a JLA movie and a reboot for Batman again. But that's other talk. Deadpool, there was a lot of talk about that.
Oh, you heard about the casting of Superman?
No.
You talking about Superman? I know who Superman is.
You know
The
that.
Superman who's going to play Lois Lane.
Yeah.
No, you know.
I forgot her name though. It's escaped me completely. What?
I don't know if I remember her name either.
You can't remember her name either. She brings stuff
She's
up.
not
no,
a
no,
known.
I
I
can
don't know if she's
see
very well
her,
known.
but
She
I
might
can't
be
think of her
known, but
name.
we don't know.
No, it is. It's a known person. I can't think of her name.
Oh, well, anyway, I think that's about it. Oh, we've got such nice news that DC Comics, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it, but we'll get to that. I'm sure I'm missing something in the news. I gotta start writing little bulletins or something to myself. Little bullets. Remember, guys, first week of April, April 6, 2011. I just want to throw this one out there. What?
Blonde woman.
Forget it, Amber. Throwing it out there. The all-new giant-sized super Ginchy special MadMan. The only reason I bought this was because when I was a kid and I first started collecting Superman, there was a MadMan Superman crossover, and I thought it was very interesting. Amber actually said another reason why I was interested in MadMan. He reminds her of Freakazoid. He reminds me a bit of Freakazoid. And no offense. First of all, you got a little teaser here. Image works with DC, so you see the Red Lantern logo at the top of here.
So a cool thing about the cover.
Another reason I like it. Alright, they don't use the paper that old comics were made with. They still use the new paper, but the way it's made cover-wise, even back cover-wise, and it has the binding, like the old way comics were made. Really love it. The artwork in the back is really nice. Some artists I do like, some artists I don't like. There's also a advertisement for the 20th anniversary monster, which is going to be probably a big hardcover book for MadMan. Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. It's a really good book. I enjoyed it.
Think of
Shazam a bit.
Vinci. The drawing.
That's the whole point of that's the point. Yes. She's very good, isn't she? Well, if you have the extra money to throw around, I'd say check it out. It was really good. I enjoyed the story. Some of the artwork was good. Some of the artwork wasn't. Moving into the last comment from Image, The Walking Dead 83, and even Amber was kind of shocked with this one. As I said, the zombies have invaded, and now everybody's trying to figure out a way out. And this is the most shocking moment, especially for me, just getting into the series. There was somebody There was a shocking picture. Now, I'm warning you guys. This is actually, you know what? It's graphic. I'm not even going to show it because I don't want to risk too much.
Show it.
But
Or at least explain it.
I actually want to get one thing that I didn't, that I saw advertised, and I said, screw it, I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to go back and get it. The Walking Dead Survivor's Guide.
What? Number 1? Oh,
Number 1. I'm going to actually go back and get that. I'm
Can
going
I
to see
explain
Sounds like
kind
a
of what happened
video
without
game
going
guy.
I'm
into
going to
detail?
check it out. Yeah, what are you going? Somebody gets shot and loses their eye. Do you want to say who?
Yes.
Okay, you could say who.
Carl,
Carl loses his eye and
the boy,
he's dying.
the son of the sheriff.
Yeah, it's a little graphic, so I don't really want to show it. I don't want to push too far because I'm not taking any chances with the way YouTube's been lately. But very shocking. Rick lost his hand and Carl lost his eye. It's like, wow. And yes, this guy on the cover does die. Pretty good. I can't wait for the next issue as always. Nice stuff. Good work. And finally, as far as independents go, then we go into the big two. IDW's Infestation number 2, the big conclusion. Okay. Stick with me on this, guys, because it goes all over the place. Okay, Britt, who is still trapped, who is now taken as prisoner, bonds with the 4 entities she sent into the other 4 universes, the Ghostbusters, Star Trek, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. And she reforms with herself and she becomes all-powerful again. She's like the beacon for Mastermind. Mastermind wants to come through. So she's trying to release him while Agent Stephen Cross, who is also a vampire, is trying to prevent that. And so he basically purposely gets himself infested. This way he can stop Britt and shut down the Mastermind. So it turns out he has to like negate the magic, and it ends up quote unquote killing him, even though it really doesn't in the end. Big spoiler there. One thing that I find very interesting that I might check out is coming out of Infestation is 2. Well, they talk about zombies versus robots, Undercity, which is probably going to be a hard city.
Zombie thing, obviously.
Yeah, it's going to be a hardcover book probably, but I'm actually more interested in Outbreak because it looks like it has Britt and Stephen Cross in it. So I might actually get that series when it comes out.
You know, it's going to go about zombies.
It's continuing in 2 universes, so I'll probably get that when it comes out.
The titles was
I might actually get... I liked Army of Darkness, but I don't see really where this series can go. Danger Girl and the Army of Darkness. Yeah, that's from the movie.
Really?
Yeah, you remember that movie.
I've seen them. I've seen all, well, 2 of them, not 3.
Chris, can I dress as her?
No.
Why?
Forget it. Put the comic down, Amber. And, okay, in complete... after reading this entire series of Infestation now, I have to say this was the best I've seen in a long time. It stayed within its books. It didn't go out into other stories. It didn't reach out too far. It was manageable for your pockets. The variant covers were the same price, except the ones that were sketches, but of course sketch covers are more money. And it was very well contained. It's very hard to find a very well contained book, and we'll get into that when we get into Marvel also, but that's a different story also. We have something from Marvel and something from DC to talk about today. Absolutely check out Infestation. I doubt it's going to come out in trade paper. I don't know how it would come out in trade paperback, to be honest, with 4 different series, and then this says 2 parts. So absolutely go back and check out all the series. Check out Infestation 1 and 2. It's really, really good. Zombies, vampires, magic, and really good. It was really well written, and I don't like vampires, but this was awesome. I love Christian. I'm actually going to show a picture of Christian.
It depends how they used, I guess.
Exactly. It depends how they use it. If you're going to use it stupidly like Marvel has been doing of late,
then just a regular vampire bite you and that's it.
Yeah. That's one of them. That's the male vampire, Christian. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool cover.
I wanted to get the cover A. I should have gotten cover A when it came to this. It was a little bit nicer. It had all 4 universes connected with Infestation. But oh well. It was a good series. Absolutely check out Infestation. Now this comic book did not come out this week. We're in the big 2 now. We're starting with Marvel. This comic came out last week. And as I said last week, I made an oopsie. And I forgot that I put this in my cart. And I forgot to take it out. So I got it. 70th anniversary, Captain America 616. Bucky's in jail now, and he's getting the crap beaten out of him. And that's the first story. It was very short. It's a very thick book.
Yeah, doesn't show me before.
It's very heavy, Very thick book. It's thick, thick. Thick, thick. Not medium thick, thick, thick. Filled with tons of different stories. First story, alright, I have a question first of all. This is the Crimson Dynamo. Does that look like the Master Chief in red, or is it just me?
It does kind of, yeah.
Does that not look like Halo to you?
It does. Alright, trust me, I have
Alright,
Halo
yeah,
enough to
that's
know.
it, yep.
It really does. Remind me of Halo right away.
Remind me of Halo right away.
Yeah.
Then the next story, the second story is about Steve Rogers. There must be a Captain America, and Steve Rogers says, I've been out of the suit so long, I don't think I can do it anymore, I can't do it anymore, etc., etc. And then there's three other stories. This story had horrible artwork, though. It was interesting, though, where Cap turns into like a vampire. Yes, I said vampire. They're never going to let this die.
No.
No.
Never let zombies die either. They're already dead.
Nope. Never going to let it die. And there's also something about a portrait that was drawn about Captain America. There's a story about that. And also Captain America gives this little boy a shield. It's just the last story. It's really good. I'm going to check out Captain America 617 when it comes out because it looks pretty interesting. I'm hoping Steve Rogers puts on the suit again at some point. That would be epically amazing, actually, because I'm being honest, Bucky's in jail. And there's a quoted third Captain America running around. He's not going to last too long. So, and I'm glad I actually got this. It was enjoyable, and I still have a few of the other stories to read. I just read the main story and the second story, and then I skimmed the rest. But this was a very good book, a very nice cover. Unfortunately, I should have gotten some of the other covers for some of the other books. They had 70th anniversaries for Captain America and a few other books. Sure, that the Wolverine one looked better than the Wolverine one I got, but anyway. Besides the point, now we're getting into this week's comics. Another .1, Uncanny X-Men 534.1, 535 is coming out next week. Starting a new series off. But anyway, in this series, it's all about Magneto. It's all about him, and then there's also the other X-Men are going off to like a panic emergency kind of thing. I want to see if the advertisement's in here.
Does that thing look like an X in the background of all of those people?
Yeah, Broken X.
Yeah, sort of does.
So Magneto, they're working on trying to get him to look like the, there it is, yep. So basically in this issue, it's all about Magneto. A news reporter, they're trying to get him good publicity because he's been a villain, and now he's part of the X-Men, so they're trying to make him look like the good guy. And in the end, basically, there's a huge earthquake, and he basically saves the city by holding it by its metal,
The core?
Structures.
Structures, yeah, the metal structures, and basically saves the world. And then, this year in Uncanny X-Men. Now, this has to be the most interesting I've seen. This one especially, obviously we're going to be seeing that girl again with all the mutant powers. And that one really caught my eye. No, that's not Emma. That's the girl that took those, the vitamins that turned you into an X-Man. You remember her?
No, I don't.
Anyway, the event that I was talking about for X-Men that I can't wait for, and it's going to be, it has 2 issues, and then it's going to reach out to the other X-Men titles. What does it mean to lead the entire, to lead an entire race? The X-Men event of 2011 starts here. X-Men Prelude to, how do you say that? Schism. I wanted to make sure I said it right. That's going to be the Civil War, the war between Cyclops and Wolverine. There was another advertisement where it had Cyclops' visor slashed by
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah. But
Sliced in 3. That's how we know it was Wolverine.
I'm looking forward to what's coming in the future for X-Men.
Pretty interesting, better than Emma Frost.
Yeah, at least Emma Frost was pushing the back of the next issue of Uncanny X-Men. That's a minor plus. A minor plus.
Yeah.
I made a joke. Do you mind if I dress in that?
Yeah, right. You keep
We'll call you Emma then. We'll keep calling you Emma.
I was making a joke.
I know.
Next is an annual. A lot of annuals this week, actually.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to dress for the Comic-Con. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Moving into the Amazing Spider-Man annual number 38, which is featuring the Hulk and Deadpool. It's connected with Deadpool and the Hulk annuals, which will be coming out this month also. By the way, guys, before I get into this book, I did get Steve Rogers Super Soldier annual because A, it was cheap, and B, I believe the artist is different, and I want to give the storyline one more shot. So I did get the second annual for the other series. But for this series, basically Spider-Man, Bruce Banner, and Deadpool get pulled into a parallel universe. At first it looks by accident, then it turns out it was on purpose. It was by parallel universe Spider-Man, where Uncle Ben and everybody else is still alive. He's basically this huge superhero. There are no other superheroes in the world because Spider-Man's this all-powerful superhero, and the costume that he wears is kind of...
Deadpool's still like badass, does he act? Or...
no comment. Anyway, you'll see what
it... You'll see what comment.
It's 50-50.
Okay.
I want to try to find a good picture of that costume. It was in a ha-ha. There's the superhero version with the cape and everything.
I kind of like Deadpool villain wise.
No, I think he's better as a hero. He's better as like that anti kind of socio weirdo crazy issue.
He is crazy, that's what I meant.
And the covers are going to interlock. As you can see, the Hulk is over here. The Hulk will be in the middle. Deadpool is going to be on the other corner. So basically, it turns out that the parallel universe Spider-Man was pulling other Spider-Mans from different universes into his, and then draining them of their power, and basically, it's murder. He absorbs their powers into his body to become more powerful, and then the other Spider-Men die. And our universe, Spider-Man, basically foils that, and that Spider-Man goes to some type of a jail or a hospital or something.
Didn't he lose his...
He knows himself. He convinced himself that it was wrong, and then Uncle Ben in the parallel universe...
No. I'm saying,
what?
Didn't our Spider-Man lose his tingling sensation and everything like that?
Yes, he didn't need a spider sense in this case. They can write that out very easily. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Uncle Ben ends up hurting his Peter instead of our Peter, and yeah, that's how it's to be continued in Deadpool. So Peter's stuck in this universe right now, and he wants to go home. Deadpool is having fun with his friend Dead Wish, who is basically Deadpool in that universe, different color costume. And basically Bruce Banner does not want to go back to the Marvel universe. He wants to stay in this parallel world because he can't turn into the Hulk.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll see. It's called Identity War, 1 of 3.
Interesting.
And now the big event. And this is what I was talking about, events that go a little overboard when it comes to connecting stories. Fear Itself, book 1 of 7. So that means, basically, for the rest of this year, because we're in the 4th month of the year. So yeah, no, for most of the rest of this year, we're going to be focusing on Fear Itself in Marvel. And the writer, Matt Fraction, said, oh, we're going to keep it contained. You don't have to buy the side stuff to know what's going on. As long as you stay with these books, all 7 books. 7 books. At least they're the price of a regular comic book, $3.99. 7 books, 7 months. Okay. Avengers, Spider-Man, New Avengers, Thor. They brought another Thor comic back. There's tons of different comics that are all connected to this. You mean to tell me this is very contained? Every single comic, even the X-Men, have a connection to Fear Itself.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, maybe this is just me, but this is just coming from someone who can read in general. Won't you confuse them after reading so many other comic books and jumping back?
They claim, this is what Matt Fraction says. He says that this is the story. As long as you get issue 1 and you go all the way to 7, you'll be fine. You don't have to get any of the side stuff to know what's going on, as long as you get this. He said, but if you get the side stuff, you'll get extra pluses to the story. So in other words, you can get just 7 of these and be satisfied. You'll get the full story, but you'll miss small stories on the side. But if you want the full story, uncut and everything like that, you got to get everything.
So what are you doing? 7?
Yeah, I'm getting the 7 books, getting Spider-Man, I'm getting X-Men, so obviously I'm going to catch up in the X-Men. It's going to hit. I'm not getting Thor, and I'm getting Captain America for the time being at least, and I'll see if the Avenger titles have gotten any better. If not, then anything else, forget it. I don't care.
No,
I'm sorry. These 7 books are all I need, and once again, it's a change thing. They just did, they did the Civil War. That was huge. That changed the entire Marvel Universe. Then they did Secret Invasion, which then led into the Dark Reign, which lasted for a year, which then led into the Siege, which now leads into this. So the Marvel Universe has changed at least 5 times already over the past 4 years. Maybe 5 years, 6 years, let's say. Let's be fair. Over the past 6 years, the Marvel Universe has changed at least 5 times.
Too much change.
And it's changing as we speak again. Now, in this book, Odin first of all, Sin, which is Red Skull's daughter, goes after the hammer, which is the hammer or fear. No. Fear. And she's basically the only one that can wield it. She grabs it, and everybody's seen the advertisement. So this picture is not going to come as any surprise to anybody. And she basically now can wield the hammer of fear.
Can you see? Okay.
And basically, Odin knows this, and he's an asshole. I'm sorry, he's such an asshole in this series. It's not even funny. He doesn't like humans. He wants to go back to Asgard in the other plane of existence. He does not want to be part. He hates humans. He finds them as entertainment. And he actually has a fight with Thor. He has 2 fights in this comic. The first fight was he asked Thor, "Are you man or are you God?" And Thor chooses man because he's been on Earth. He's fought with the Avengers. These are his friends and his family and his loved ones. And of course, he's going to say he wants to be man. And Odin's just a dick. He says, "You've gone soft." So later on, Odin, after the hammer was released, and Sin found the father, the All-Father for fear, Odin decides that Asgard and everybody is going back to the other plane. They're going back to what's it called? They're going to I forget what it's called.
Where they came from?
Yeah, no, there's a word for it. The Gallians of the World Tree. We're going home. That's what he says. We're going home. Thor opposes him, and basically Odin says, "Oh yeah." He tells the hammer to drop, and now even Thor can't lift it. And I love what he said. He says, "Odin giveth, Odin taketh away." So basically Thor can't wield the hammer anymore. Odin basically beats the shit out of his son, and tells them to drag him back to Asgard with the rest of them. So basically Thor and all the other gods have been taken away from Earth, and now the god of fear has dropped several hammers all over the world, and that's what's happening in this picture.
Odin
here.
is
Kind of interesting. I like this.
He's the father of all gods, basically. So basically, all these hammers are all over the world, and the way this issue ends is Steve Rogers saying, "The gods left us. We're on our own." And then this is the next cover. They basically chained up Thor. I knew they were going to do that. That's the only way you're going to get Thor to go back to Asgard, is chain him up. And then there's an advertisement in the back really quick for Planet Red Hulk. I might actually grab this. It caught my eye at the very end. They picked a great book to stick that in. I might get issue 33, which is probably the prequel, and artwork looks pretty amazing also.
I don't see what they actually do.
It's on sale in June, so April.
Yeah.
This month is when I got to pick up Hulk. So I'll check that out. And
Sorry.
Fear itself, it starts off pretty interesting. I hate Odin, and I have a feeling by the end of this, Odin's going to change his mind and send Thor back to Earth, and Thor's going to fight the god of fear, and he's going to win, because Sin wants to basically kill Steve Rogers. She wants, just like her father, the Red Skull, she wants to kill Steve Rogers, and she wants to basically have take control of the world, rule the world. So we'll see how that story plays out. You know, evil never truly wins. So we'll see where all this goes. Starts off pretty strong once again, but I hate Odin. All the gods are gone, and now basically fear is going to hit everybody in the Marvel Universe. Now we're jumping into DC. That was my gripe with Marvel. We'll get to DC's gripe after this comic. DC Universe Online Legends 5. The Watchtower is being taken out in the present, and in the future they're still infiltrating Brainiac's ship. And actually, in the future, Lex Luthor gains control of some Yellow Lantern power rings, which was very interesting. The cover is beautiful. Yeah, at this point, I'm not even going to be reviewing this comic anymore. The story seems to be going at a slow pace. That's basically, I just said everything. That's the nutshell. That's the nutshell. I'm serious. Wow. And Aquaman is basically everybody leaves the Watchtower. And the Watchtower is going down while Aquaman is still trapped inside some healing tank as the Watchtower is getting taken out. To be continued. And then there's an advertisement for Batman Arkham Asylum, which I'm not getting because it's just a prequel. It's the ending to Batman Arkham Asylum 1 and
Batman fan, but seriously.
You know, it's basically the link. It's the link between Batman Arkham Asylum 1 and Batman Arkham City. I'm not wasting my time with that. And also, God rest Dwayne McDuffie, who died recently. He was the creator of Blood Syndicate, Hardware, Icon, Exombia, Shadow Cabinet, and Static. That's how I know him from Static. I know Static for a while, so he passed away, and that was advertised in all the ends of all the DC Comics this week. Yes. Okay, so in general, I've not even looked at inspired by the best-selling game. It's not a best-selling game. As a matter of fact, I've heard nothing but bad things about the DC Universe Online game.
They're going to say that no matter what.
Of course they are. They're advertised. They can't say, oh, this is inspired by the worst-selling game.
No, Good America Online, the best comic, one of the best 10.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, I'm ignoring the fact that this is inspired by a game, and I'm just sticking with it for the story. So far, it's okay. But I'm guessing a lot of people aren't going to be interested in this because this isn't mainstream. This isn't part of the continuity. This is its own existence with the game. So
in the game, can't you do what you want, really?
Yeah, you're not Superman or anybody. You create your own character. But this isn't in continuity. If you're interested in a story that's out of continuity with the JLA, by all means, like I said, love the cover. Sticking with the story. It's only what 20-ish more issues, 21 more issues because it's 26. So why not? Okay, here we go. You know what? No, not yet. No, yeah, we'll do it now. Why not? After 23 issues, Brightest Day 23 is here. Everything mostly is solved in this issue. Mostly.
One thing you know,
mostly everything is solved. We still don't understand why Captain Boomerang has to throw the boomerang at Dove. That's going to be explained in the last issue, obviously. But we now know who the White Lantern has been searching for. Earth's ultimate savior. 23 issues. 23 issues.
White Elephant's a waste, in my opinion.
Oh, yes. So basically, all of the people that were killed in the past couple of issues
I asked, I had to know.
were killed to be brought back as one of the 4 elements. John Jones is earth, Aquaman is water, the Hawks is air, and Firestorm is fire. And I'm guessing after this whole ordeal is over, they're going to come back and they're going to be alive again. I don't think they're going to be dead. No. I think they're coming back.
One dies, we know that already.
So they're not going to be dead. So for those of you who thought they were dead or killed again like I did, they're not. Oh, I am so going to spoil it because I have something to say. I'm going to show a big splash page of the Black Lantern version of who's coming back. Because apparently he was split in 2 for the time being. Okay, are you guys ready for this?
I know,
because if you didn't hear this yet, you're going to get a kick out of it. Because I got the biggest kick out of this.
It's comical.
The White Lantern, the guy that's going to save us all and defeat his other ego, Swamp Thing! Swamp Thing!
I hated him. I still
He's made
like him.
out of the elements.
No, he's made out of swamp elements.
Yeah, mud.
Mud and roots
Mud and
shit.
earth and everything.
And in the very end it says...
Not that great.
The
No,
ultimate...
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Save the earth.
The ultimate savior is
I get the concept.
Alec Holland. And he comes out, he's not even alive, really. He looks like a zombie. He crawls out like that, and then he comes out, and then you see his face like that, and it's to be concluded.
I don't
Can
know.
I see his face?
Don't see much potential with the Swamp Thing at all.
So basically what I'm catching here is
No
this.
offense to any Swamp
Oh, and by the way, Hawk, Dove, and Dead Man have to stay there and protect the tree. That's their duty, is to protect the tree.
So he's going to be taking over on the issues?
And I love it. Next, the return of Swamp Thing.
So yeah, he's taking over basically the issues.
Okay, let me explain something to you.
Thing.
Swamp Thing was so boring. So boring. He had like 3 volumes and nobody cared.
They were flops. None of them.
You took the biggest event in your universe. I think John's dropped the ball. I really do. You took the biggest event that involved lanterns.
I think you were joking when you told me.
Yeah, right. You took the biggest event and you put Swamp Thing in it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting the finger. We'll come back and we'll talk Swamp Thing. See you guys in the next part. Please stick around because you're gonna wow.
You're gonna get a kick out of what
I'm kicking already. I'll see you guys in the next part.